Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Child of Mecha live stream. I am your host, Tim, the one and only Child of Mecha. Hi. It's Hump Day. For those of you that aren't familiar with that term, it's Wednesday. Middle of the week. Hi. Got some interesting stuff to show you on this GM Quel leg, and we're going to get to that here in a moment. But first, we got the airdrop chibi tonight. That's what we're rocking. With the Jesta numbers and all that on the sleeve. Yes, sir. And Mr. Gumpo Uruguay, Javier said the Matsunaga shirt. I don't have a Matsunaga shirt. Sorry, Javier. Hey, Manny. He says, hell yeah, I was right. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Manny, for that, you get one of these, bud. Yes, sir. Anyway. So, let's get the business out of the way first. Do a little talking. And then we'll get to work. Sounds good. Alright, so, if you are interested in any of the tools and materials that we are going to be working with here tonight, excuse me. Javier said, really? Damn, I thought you had one. No, man, I don't, unfortunately. I do not. Anywho, there is an Amazon link in the description, that side if you're watching on Facebook, for the link to my Amazon page. Yeah, we got different categories in there, tools and materials for modeling, a ton of stuff in there, added a bunch of goodies in there, including the little cheap chisel set that we reviewed Monday night. Recommended for beginners and anybody who wants to get into scribing and stuff. At a cheap price point, I might add too. Let's see. Found a distributor for Tamiya panel lining fluid, which is surprising. Yeah, and it's on Prime too, at a halfway decent cost. So that's all in the Amazon link below, along with some books for inspiration, gear for streaming if you want to get into it. It's a lot of fun. And there's some ideas for resin casting if you're into that too. So go check it out. I do get a bit of a commission based off the stuff that you buy, but it does not increase the cost for you. It just goes to help out me and fuel everything going forward. Okay? Speaking of that, the Child of Mecha Patreon. Go sign up if you haven't done so already. Lots of cool stuff going on over there. Exclusive posts showing some pictures of the GM Quel that I don't post anyplace else. And we also do some sticker giveaways, which I still have to send out. My bad. It's just not enough hours in the day, man. And we do a giveaway for every 25 patrons. We do a big giveaway. You don't even need to be like in one of the top tiers. You just get entered if you're even pledging $1. Hey, worth it right there, right? So, anyway, if you're not a part of the Child of Mecha Patreon, go sign up. Link is in the description. And as always, if you want to get one of these amazing Jesta Chibi shirts, go to www.childofmecha.com, hit up the store link up at the top. You'll find shirts, hats, prints, all sorts of fun stuff, including, like what Javier was alluding to, the Ace Pilot shirts, brand new series. Those are out now, so go pick them up. And then, as always, if you are interested in kits, tools, paints, models, accessories, it's a hard one to get out, right? Or, even more importantly, Mecha Decals, sheets 1, 2, and 3. Those are right down here at our good friends, Adam and the fine crew down there at USA Gundam Store. They're going to have what you need. But, don't forget... Hey, you know I had to hit it at least once in a stream. Come on now. Anyway, ooh, there's Ariel, Mr. A.O. Mecha. For those of you that didn't know, Ariel creates copyright-free music that you can use on your streams or your videos or whatever. And he was cool enough to kind of make a new song, and I guess it's kind of like the unofficial theme music now to Airdrop. Because he said that's what kind of inspired him, I guess. So that's cool, right? So go check that out over on AO Mecha, his YouTube channel. Yeah. And give him a subscribe while you're there. Does good stuff. Yeah. Anyway. Ultraman Dyna, Mr. Luis.
We have a question.
He says, do you know what all the hoopla is about the glass files? Are they any good? I don't know firsthand, because I've never used them. But I have seen results from the cheap generic ones, the Razer whatevers they have out there. I mean, it looks pretty good. The results seem to be fairly nice. So I don't know. I mean, if worse comes to worse, try some of the cheap ones on Amazon, and then I don't know, maybe plunk down some money for those Razer ones or whatever on USA Gundam Store. Yeah, why not? Anyway. Superset 5, what did I miss? Not much, man. We just did our intro. That was about it. Yeah. Let's see. Bill's over there on YouTube. He says, the main benefit of them is that you can see the part under them as you work. So it's easier to work on fine details without ruining said details. Yeah. I can see that as a plus. Yeah. Scuffle's over here with us on YouTube as well. He says, just yank the tempered glass off a TV stand and slap some sandpaper on it. Done. I love Scuffle. I really do. Scuffle says, ooh, the file is clear. Never mind. Yeah, Scuffle, it is clear. It's literally glass. Yeah. Anyway. So that's all we got in terms of business. Now, as far as, I don't know if you guys remember me talking about the alerts being weird and how I want to drop Streamlabs OBS. Well, I think I'm definitely going to do that. I'm going back to just vanilla OBS Studio. And I think what I'm going to do in terms of the alerts is just make my own. Yeah. So I've known about Stream Elements, right? And we're getting into the streaming side of things, so bear with me. But Stream Elements, I've known about them for quite some time, but I've never really looked into it. Never really saw what it was about until I saw some videos on it just within the past few days, and I'm like, whoa, this could be good. This could be real good. So basically, if you're not up on Stream Elements, Stream Elements is sort of similar to Streamlabs, right? They have their own version of OBS that they've branded and all that stuff, and I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to use the standard vanilla OBS Studio. But the cool thing about their website is what you can do is you can go on there. They have an editor, an online editor, where you can do overlays and you can do alerts and you could do like transitions and stuff like that, which is really, really cool. Obviously, you have to supply the artwork and stuff like that, or buy, canned files and stuff like that. But Then you can edit them to your heart's desire, which is awesome. And I think that's I'm pretty much decided that's what we're gonna do. It's gonna take me some time. Just another thing to add to the list, right? But I think that's what's gonna happen. Yeah. Yeah. Or Pab says, or you can ask your tall Asian friend to make it. I don't think Clem would do that. I don't know if Clem has the expertise, Pabs. I don't know. Or Ariel, yeah. Pabs. Hey, Ariel's like, sure, I will make it for you. Pabs, you walked right into that one, son. That was a softball freebie. That was like nothing. Anyway. But no, I mean, it's not a big deal. It's just creating them and getting the look and everything like that. And plus, I want them to be mine. My flavor. Plus, I think I might revamp the overlay anyways. So, yeah. Anywho. Glass files. I've never used them. I don't have an opinion one way or another. All I know is that I've seen good results from them. So, hey, if you want to, hey, go float your boat. Yeah. Errol says I'm doing revamps as well. Feel free to message if you want to just chat, bounce ideas. I appreciate that, Errol. Yeah. Yeah, everybody's talking glass files. Let's get to work. Yeah. Now, one thing that I do want to stress to all of you, before you work on a model or any custom work or anything like that, wash your hands. Wash your hands. I made dinner for the kid, and we made pasta and hot Italian sausage and all that stuff. And, handling everything, my hands got stupid greasy, right? And standing over the grill, grilling the sausage, I'm like starting to sweat, even though it's like 50 degrees outside. The grill's like 500. So, the oil from your face and everything gets on your fingers and your hands and stuff. Wash your hands before you work on a model. I can't stress that enough. Because if your hands are not clean, your model will not be clean. And that will lead to bad things happening. Keep it in mind. Yeah. Scuffle says, wash your hands after you work on your model tool. Yeah. Okie dokie. Anyway, let's go to camera 2. Let's get busy. Yeah? There we go. All right, so let's get all this out of the way. Let's show you where we are with this leg thing here, yeah? All right, so what I've done over the course of the past day is I have duplicated the details over here over on this side. So I scribed that line, added all those notches, did that floating notch up there, the whole 9, right? So that's all looking really quite good. Yeah. All looking good. George. Jesus. George says, greasy fingers adds to weathering effects. Oh, man. I don't know about that one, George. Jesus. Ah. Big Goof Ben says, but the grease helps sanding, right? Some people would say it helps scribing too. Don't do that. Kenneth says, best wash before and after model works. Even model kit had remaining oil release. Maybe. Bandai doesn't use doesn't use oil as a release or anything. They just pop it out of their molds. Their molds are just amazing, so they don't even need release. Let's see. Scuffle says, damn it, I forgot to wash my hands before cooking dinner. That's not salt, that's styrene dust. Whew, yeah. Hate to say it, been there, done that before. Shit. Let's see. Bill says, and use gloves when painting. Make sure they are dust-free gloves. Yeah, fair. Yeah. George says, Tim, just kidding. No, I know. Hey, Wilson Alanea is over there on YouTube. He says, greasy fingers for weathering? Nope, big nope. But oil for scribing? Wilson knows what I mean by that. That's kind of an inside joke. Anyway, Ariel says greasy hands are good for decaling and top coat. No. Jesus, you guys. Wow. Let's see. There. Yeah, Wilson. I knew I'd get a reaction out of Wilson on that one. Let's see. Ultraman Dinah Louis says use wipes after using toilet paper and then wash your hands. I mean, just, yeah, wash your hands in general. Like, it's not hard. Big Goof Ben says injection molding does not use mold release. True. Drafts on walls are designed so it pops out by itself or with aid of ejector pins. Yeah, exactly. Brandon says they're skip the wipes and go straight to a bidet. Yeah. Bingo. Yeah. Brandon says he never responded to my multiple questions about cutting oil for scribing. Oh, God, yeah. Well, that really doesn't surprise me. Anyway, Wilson says, kidding aside, greasy hands will lead to fingerprint marks. Yeah, or worse. Your paint not adhering. Yeah, I've seen that happen way too many times. Especially like on hard corners, like right here where it's like a true corner. Like that's where like the oil and grease and everything from your fingers, that's where it's going to build up the most and where it's going to catch the most, is right there. And then people wonder, oh, why did my paint chip right there in the corner? Because, fat ass, you were eating Doritos the entire time you were building your model, and you didn't wipe the dust off your hands. I know, I stereotype. It's just quicker that way. I'm sorry. Just, you all saw the mental picture that I painted for you. Don't blame me. Yeah, Ben says, I feel attacked. Well, I mean, Ben, if the shoe fits, buddy. Sheesh. Bill says, or worse, that hobby knife being slippery and falling point down on you is not fun, just saying. Yeah, Bill's got a very good point. That actually could lead to some very dangerous things. Yeah, not fun. Not fun. Anon369 over there on YouTube, he says, highly recommend not washing your resin kits before you paint them. The results will amaze you. Yeah. Oh, man. Kenneth says, I'm eating chips while building sometimes, yes. Oh, Kenneth, you're killing me, man. You're killing me. Don't eat while you're building. Come on now. Sam Else is over there on YouTube. He says, there is blood on my current build because of that, Bill. That just happened. Bill's like, see? Yeah, exactly. Bry Guy, what's going on, Brian? He says, hobby knife to the thigh, LOL. Or worse. or worse. No thank you. That's bad to even think about. I don't want to know parts of that. Okay, anyway. Let's get off that subject. Because it's making me feel uncomfortable. Just thinking about it. Holy shit. Anyway, here's what we got so far. Like I said, we've duplicated the details on both sides of the knee armor there. And then I went ahead and sanded the lower part of the armor here. And obviously I just drew some lines here for some scribe lines. Now those are not final, obviously. Those are just to give me an idea of where the where's my little pointer? Here it is. Where especially this break here is, and where this curve starts to transition up, right? So right about there, spin this around here. Right along in there is where this front piece starts to curve. So right there, right? So that just gives me kind of an idea of where I want to kind of separate this piece. Yeah. Excuse me. Let's see. Brandon says, weave some styrene strip last week and my CA glue wouldn't stick. Had to clean it with 91 ISO and scuff it up a little. It happens. Yeah. Wilson says, wash your runners and hands before touching it. Most Pinoy builders. Jesus. God damn it, Wilson. CML, knife in the junk. Yeah. Roof. George says, food while building? No. But coffee? A must. Well, when you're waking up at like 6 a.m. like George, I'd say so. I'd even take it a step further, George, and I'd say it's a requirement. I mean, if you're sleepy or groggy, even from waking up, you're handling that knife, and whoop, that's bad. Yeah, it's bad. Very bad. So don't do that. Listen to George. Anon369, I always have friends on repeat in the background when I build. There you go, friends. Wow. I'm sorry. Greg Blair's with us over on YouTube. He says, I had a hobby knife to the foot myself. Ooh, that just... No, man. No. That just does not... No. Let's see. Brandon says, no hobby knife, but a butter knife accident that led to a nice hole in my thigh. And a lot of super glue. Okay. Odd. Bill's got a question for us. Okay, let's go.
We have a question.
Bill says, have you thought about making a female hex detail to replace the no detail on the sides of the knee and ankle? A female hex detail? To replace the no detail. Oh, this deal right here. Yes, we are going to be addressing that. That will not stay as that minus mold thingy. Yeah, that's not, no, this is number one. I hate the feet on this thing. I think the angles are a little off. This angle right here, I think, is a little too steep. I think this angle is a little too flat. This should be angled down more. And honestly, why on earth do you need this big of an ankle armor? I mean, really. Like, look at the gaping amount of space in there, right? Like, if this was a GBWC build, I'd probably scrap this entire foot or do like major surgery and stuff to it. But since it's not, I don't care enough to really address these issues. And I'm just being dead honest at this point. But yeah, the feet on this particular kit is the worst part, hands down. There's no question in my mind. And this part here, the circular part here is way too big. I mean, if you look even like at the Jesta foot, the Jesta's foot is roughly the same size. It's a little longer, but the Jesta's a lot taller than the GM Quel, right? But look at the size difference between the pivot parts right here. This is 10 millimeter, 1 centimeter. This has got to be at least 12, 13, I'm guessing, if not more. It's just insane. Absolutely insane. So, yeah. So we're at some point, I'm gonna dig this out. Not today, obviously, or anytime soon. We'll get to that when we get to it. But yeah, something is definitely gonna go in there to make that look a little bit better. In terms of what? No idea. Yeah. Oh, okay, so Bill says, I was specifically asking if you had considered the female hex detail, like a hex screw head, you would use an Allen wrench on. Yeah, not really. Not really. So with this is the thing. So let's stupid foot. So the ankle armor, how does this come apart now? Does this come on? Okay, this comes off that way, and then these come apart like that. Yeah, there we go. And then this comes off like that. This is all one single part. And you can see the travesty in there. Like, the actual pivoting point is off center from that entire piece. Yeah, I've never seen that before. Except on this particular model. Now, mind you, I've never built a Hazel model before. I had never built the Mark II 2.0 or any of that, right? So, unfortunately, with this all being hollow in here and all that, there's not a ton of gimme space in here, right? So I think what I'm going to do is just strip this out and then just surface glue something on top of that. Yeah. Just call it a day, honestly. Because like I said, this is not a GWC build. This is not something that I want to, invest a ton of time and effort in. Even though, mind you, yes, it does seem like, we're putting some investment into it. Sure. But the thing to keep in mind is that this is more practice for me right now, before I get back to the Jesta RX, this guy here, right? Before we get back to that and really go to town. So, yeah. I'm not too invested in this, shall we say. So, yeah, it just is what it is. It just is what it is. So, we will build this thing and detail it, and that's about it. Yeah, so. But no, Bill, I like where your head's at. I just This isn't the model kit for that. This is not the piece for that, unfortunately. So, but yeah. Anyway, let's get caught up with the chat, because I know I saw some other comments and stuff in there real quick. So let's see what's what. Let's see. Anon 369 says, my hands have been sliced multiple times, but it's from working with metals on CNC machines since I program them. I use excuse me, machining tools for all measurements to be exact in my builds. That's actually a really good practice, I'm not gonna lie. Kenneth says, you knew you screwed up when you took an art knife to your knee. What? Yeah. Deep cut. Literally. Big Goof Ben says, I've always wanted to stylize the Gundam and Zaku feet with cleats to and look more like boots. Yeah, do it, man. Do it. Sam L says to Julius, I caught my thumb on the corner of a chopper blade. Ah, yeah, that's just not even... It's not even fun to think about. George says, proportions are wrong on that quilt. Yeah, they are. They are. Julius says, hey Tim, why not try those resin feet I sent you about a year ago? I want to save those, Julius. I want to save those. Plus, I don't think they would fit with the proportions on this anyways. So, yeah. And they're packed up right now anyway, so. Let's see. Brandon says, great idea, Julius. Those were badass from what I remember. They were super badass. Bry Guy says, GM Quel basically wearing Uggs. Yeah. Big Oof Ben says, holy hell, even the pivot is off center. Yeah. Greg Blair says, speaking of hazels, I just got done snapping up my Master Grade TR1 on the fence about adding a Hurdudu. Its names kill me. Adding a Hurdudu to it and making it a raw. Let me do it. Why not? Brandon says, couldn't you backfill the voids with CA glue, shave off the outside detail, flush and glue on a new detail point? I could. But again, that's just more work than I really want to invest in this thing. I totally could do that. I could fill it with epoxy putty and be 100% good and just boom, do what I want. But again, I just don't want to. Nah. Like I said, this is not the project for all that. This project is just for getting the creative juices flowing again, getting my dexterity back, and just getting the techniques rehoned, especially scribing and stuff like that. Getting the thought process back into, the mechanical side of things and all that. So, I like where your heads are at, guys. This is just not that model, unfortunately. This is just not that model. Let's see. Anon says, Master Grade Mark II in the whole AOZ designs has my favorite aesthetics from all Gunpla universe. Yeah, I agree. They're all really good. Really good. I especially like the Mark II. I don't know why. It just always seemed very classic to me. Even more so than the RX-78. The Mark II just, I don't know, for some strange reason, it just has that classic silhouette. So, Bill says, Brandon, that big space, you would be better off using Tamiya QuickType to fill. Yeah, exactly. Greg Blair says the hazel is for my clean entry. Hey, there you go. Team clean. Brandon says, either way, same process, backfill, cut off, redetail. Yeah. No, I trust me, Brandon. Like I said, I like where your head's at. It's just, this just isn't the one, you know. Let's see. Big Goof, Mr. Ben says, I used to be a builder like you until I took an art knife to the knee. Exactly. Malumba's over there on YouTube. He says he got them Tims on. Yeah, dude, they are heavy, right? Edwin RSA. What's going on, Edwin? The difference between grunt and elite unit is obvious. Fair. George says Mark II is the best in my opinion too. Great minds think alike. Okay, so with that being said, let's get to work, shall we? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So what we need to do here now. First things first, we need to put our eyes on. Ba-boom. And I think what we're gonna need. For this is. Let's see. How should we do that? Should we just straight cut that and just leave that? Okay, I know what I'm doing. I know what we're gonna do. Okay, so we need a fairly long piece of tape. Right to about there, yeah. Okay. All right. So let's get the chopper out here. Let's zoom you guys back so you can see what is going on here on the choppy chopperton. All right. And we're going to get that out of the way. Let's see. We just need a piece of Dymo about there. Cut that. Get that out of the way. Throw that over there. Get this over here. Get that over here. Get out of here. Get out of there. Hey. I don't know why I just channeled my inner New Yorker. All right. So we just need a straight piece of tape here, and it doesn't even have to be even. It just needs to be straight. That is the one requisite at this point. Nothing else. But it would be nice if it was, you know, one size. Okay, here we go. Now, what I find easiest way to cut tape like this, and I just fucked it. Damn it. Yep, I just fucked that up. Because the tape, or the knife went off track. Alright, get that crap out of there. Yeah, see, the knife went off track. That's no good for me. I don't know. Even though it would be useful, no, that's just not gonna, that ain't gonna fly. So we'll turn this around, get a nice flat side here. We'll just eyeball it. Okay, so try to keep your knife up against the ruler. There we go. Now we're good. Yes, sir. Okay, so we've got our straight piece of Dymo, right? And this is now long enough to go all the way around this piece, yeah? But first, we are going to take our time and get these corners pressed in. All right, so now let's see if you guys, let's zoom in so you guys can see that, what I'm talking about there, yeah? All right, so I just, let's see. All right, you see those white crease lines in there? That's why I like Dymo tape, you guys, is because you can do this. You can wrap this around like that and basically pre-bend the tape, and then you can take your flat duckbill pliers like this, right? And really put that bend in there, yeah? And then put that other bend in there. And now, boom. good to go. And then we'll do the same thing with this. And now, see, you've got that perfect, whoop, just like that, right? So now, when you stick that tape down, it's not going to pull off the beveled sides or anything like that. That's why I like Dymo tape. I know it gets a bad rap compared to, say, like MadWorks or High-Q Clear or whatever, but thought I had something on my arm. But when you can do something like this and pre-bend that and then make sure that it doesn't lift, sometimes the old school is the best. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Anyway. Okay. So, let's get to placing this now. Now, this is the hardest, basically the hardest part of this is just getting the placement right. There. All right. So once you get the sides adhered to, the front doesn't matter too much because there's going to be a slight gap right there, right? That's not bad. That's not a bad thing. That is just a thing. It's not a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just a thing. But that's what we're working with. George says, "Yeah, Tim, old school is best, right?" Mr. Old School himself. Julio Aponte, Mr. Clippin' Nubs, he's in the house. What's going on, Julio? He says, "What up, fam? What up with you? You got any good trash lately, Julio?" What up, Short Hop Hooray? Talking about Pabs, right? Oh, Pab says, "Nah, MadWorks scribing tape is terrible. No buy." No buy. Anyway. All right, so let's get to scribing this. Now, for this, we're back on 0.15 because this is not connected to any solid feature. It's not outlining any piece or anything like that, right? We are simply scribing lines at this point. Now, I want to be careful going around these edges, around these beveled edges and everything, simply because there's not as much tape adherence to the front part here, so the chances of the tape slipping are much higher on the front part here. So you want to be a little ginger with it. Ooh, but that's scribing really nicely, though. See, look at... Oh, come on. There you go. See those little pigtails of plastic that we're getting out of there? That's what you want to see. That's when you know you got a good scribe going. And when it just goes zip, that's what you want to hear. Yeah, that's what you want to hear. You don't want to hear the stuttering or the skipping or any of that. Just a nice little zip. Yeah, very good, very good. Okay. All right, so there we go. We've got that line scribed in, and that looks pretty good, if I do say so myself. Now, we just need to get it a little deeper all the way around, and then we'll start to detail this this line. Because I've got some ideas for this. Throw in some micro panels, things like that. Okay, that's looking really, really quite nice. There we go. All right. So let's see. Let's see. All right. So Pabs and Brian and Julio are here, and I know Manny is kind of. I think Manny's out there as well. Are you guys gonna be on Mechanism? Because honestly, I should just start calling it maybe-ism. Because literally everybody's just maybe at this point. And it's just like, let me know. Anyway. Okay, so we've got our chisel discipline. So we've got our line scribed in here, yeah? And you can still see the graphite and everything, but it's in there. There you go. You can see it there in the highlight. Same thing kind of there. Yeah, right there. All right, so we've got our line scribed in, looking good. Now we can go and basically just kind of detail this up. The way I look at it, this kind of is our baseline, right? This couple says, there is no I in mechanism. Dope. Pabs is a no. Well, you have a good excuse. It's your wife's birthday on Friday. So Pabs, no, that's perfectly fine, dude. I totally get it. I'd be worried if you were on Mechanism on Friday. But yeah, it just seems like a huge fucking maybe this weekend. I don't know. I don't get it. But hey, it is what it is at this point. Anywho, all right. So what we can do now is start to detail, right? Pab says I'd be David if I were more like. Yeah, I mean I think so too. Let's see. Julio says it's Pab's wife's birthday, so it's a no from me, Mr. Dildo. Jesus Christ. Thanks, Julio. Anywho. Alright, so I want to do a little bit of a micro panel here. So we're looking at, let's see, I'm going to call that about 8 millimeters. So let's bring the chopper back in here. Let's get you guys zoomed out so you can see. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our little L square here. And we're going to measure out 8 mil. Right about there. Get this locked, get our stop block locked in. Just like that. All right. So, Dymo tape. Here we go. Yep. We'll just pull out a piece. Get that to 8 millimeters. All right. Now, I want to trim this down to 1 millimeter, a 1 millimeter strip. So we're going to use a 1 millimeter thick strip as our measurement guide. We're going to pull that guy out of there, and then we are going to put this guy in here like that. And where'd that L square go? Here it is. And we're going to use our L square for safety. This is going to be kind of our pushing mechanism to keep the tape up against the stop block. And then crunch. And now, come on now. And there is our 1 millimeter by 8 millimeter little strip there, right? So that is what we were looking for. Very nice. All right. So we're going to save this, put that over there, put our little strip over here, and get the Dymo out of the way. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to trim the corners down to an angle here. And we're just going to eyeball this right there. And that's about a 45 degree. Nobody's going to measure that, so it is what it is. I'm going to turn this guy over, and then I'm going to do roughly the same cut on the other side. And let's see if those angles are close. Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. So there we go. All right. So we will strip the backing off of this guy here. Bloop. Pull that. All right. And now for this, we're going to place that right along this panel line. Right in front. Okay. Try to get the spacing right here. Okay. So that looks really good there. All right. So there's our little block of tape, and that's going to become a new part of our panel line, right? Just to give it a little bit of visual pizzazz, if you will. And this will essentially become a micro panel that we will, paint a different color, and then just add aesthetics to it, right? Does it serve a mechanical purpose? Maybe. Does it look good? Yeah. And that's really just what creating panel lines and stuff is. I mean, it's half thinking about the real world applications and half, does it look good? Honestly, I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Okay. Almost there. Then we can strip the tape off and kind of see what we've got here. All right, so go ahead, pull that tape off of there. And yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's see if you can, you can't see it very well just yet. I'm going to clear these lines out a little bit, deepen this new line here, and then I'll sand the graphite off of there so you can see it a little bit better. Because I think the graphite right now from the pencil is kind of obscuring everything at this point, all of the lines and all that. So we'll get that sanded off here momentarily after we clean up these lines and deepen those a bit. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let's get the graphite off of here. Okay, let's get the dust out of the line. Okay, and so there you can see the line a little bit better. And that looks pretty good all the way around. So let's get the dust out of this new line here. Yeah. All right. So there's our new panel line. Looking pretty good all the way around so far. Still some work to do to it. Still some work to do. One thing that I really like doing with a micro panel like this is to bisect it, cut it in half, right? But I don't just like to do it with the same width as the panel line. I like to go double. So since we were using the 0.15 for the middle line here, we're going to use 0.30, right? And let's see. We're going to eyeball this. There we go. Yeah. Let's see how we did. 4. Not bad. Not bad. 4 millimeters on both sides of the both sides of the line. That spatial awareness is starting to come back. Not too shabby. Okay, there's that. We'll get our 0.15 out here again, just to clean out Clean the schmutz out of here. Make sure you clean your schmeckle. Make sure you clean the schmutz off your schmeckle. Yeah. All right. So, there we go. Let's get the highlight there. Hey, look at that. You can kind of see that there. You can see the bisecting line there. Yeah. See, yeah, that's just a good look, you know? So with the color scheme that I showed you guys on Monday, I'm thinking this whole piece would be green, right? And then, you know, little call outs of gray. So maybe this block here, and definitely this little micro panel here would be gray, right? Maybe this add-on, kind of this armor piece here would be a gray or something, right? Maybe these pieces here, you know? I don't know. I'm just for example's sake. But you can kind of see there what a micro panel does in terms of level of detail, right? If you think about micro panels and how to effectively use them in a design, look no further than the Sazabi Verka. That hands down is probably the best production example of a kit utilizing micro panels, right? The little gray panels that just stick out from the red armor. That's what I'm talking about. It just looks so nice. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get caught up with the chat here, yeah? Peter Fulford says, heard about it on a normal modeling channel when they talked about scribing and if Dymo isn't flexible enough for the surface. I missed something. Let's see. Oh, Peter Fulford says, I believe 3M vinyl tape 471 Plus is suggested if you're scribing over bendy sorts of surfaces. Yeah, the vinyl tape. I think that's, if I'm guessing correctly, I think that vinyl tape is for pinstripers, right? For cars and stuff like that. Pinstripers use that to mark their lines and everything, and to paint nice straight lines, especially. But it's very flexible and all that. So yeah. Scuffle says, LOL, you've rotated the chopper cutting mat so much you had to flip it over. Yeah, no, dude, I have. He says I'm almost at that point too. Luckily enough, I have an extra cutting mat. I think Julia sent me that back in the day, and it's over on the bench somewhere. But I actually have an extra cutting mat for the chopper. So shout outs. Let's see. Bill says, okay, this is an old method and it isn't the greatest, but vinyl electrical tape can work. In a pinch, yeah. In a pinch. Yeah. Brian says, Tim treats the chopper too like Frank's Red Hot. He uses that shit on everything. You goddamn right. Let's see. Sam Mel, use that shit for everything. Yeah, for real. Brian says Tim is proud of his micro panels. It's not the size of your panels, it's how you use them, Brian. Jeez. Oh, Anon369 says I just got the Display angle sander and it works pretty good. It's a good buy if you go to that extreme in building. Yeah. Brandon says, is it like the Northwest Shortline True Sander? Probably. I would imagine so, yeah. Scuffle says it's a hatch to get to those pistons on the ankles, obviously. Duh, right? Bill says, Anon, I was thinking of looking into grabbing one, putting diamond stone in there, and using it to sharpen chisels. That's a good call there, Bill. Anon says, it's not as big, but works on the same principles. It has its pros and cons. Like everything, right? Brandon says, you know what they say, small man, small panels. Hey, my panels get the job done. My panels brings all the robots to the yard. So shut up. Let's see. Ben, Mr. Big Goof, he says, panel lines and details are where my engineering side comes out. Frustration mounts as I try to build it so it makes sense and then lose the drive to finish. Probably why I'm sliding back into my airplane safe zone. Don't do it, Bill. Or Ben, don't do it. Don't do it. Bill says I would probably use a wood block on the outside to brace the chisel. But it should work. Just would need to work out the best combination of tools and methodology. Yeah. Bill says, wait, Brian, you got one of those this bay sanding tools, right? And Brian says, Bill, that is correct. Yeah. Scuffle says, coincidentally, Adam Savage from Tested just put out a chisel sharpening video as if he was watching this stream. Wouldn't that be cool if he did? Adam, call me. Anyway, no, I doubt he even knows I exist. Just a 2-time national champion. No big deal, right? No. It would be amazing if Adam Savage watched anything that I did, but I doubt it. I very, very seriously doubt it. Anyway. Bill says, if so, I may hit you up to see about working out the details on using it to sharpen chisels on Instagram. Hey, there you go. I'd be interested. Yeah. Brandon says, anyone here drink Topo Chico? He says, I love the lime and plain. Looking for the grapefruit infused one, but can't find that shit anywhere. Topo Chico? Papa Chico? I don't know. Anyway, Anon369, I just got a full set of the Samawangu. God, I love that name. Chisels, and they are on the level of BMC. I have the full set. If BMC and compared them, I like the weight on the Samawangu chisels. I just like saying it. Samawangu. Anyway. Brian says, I mean, yeah, you could hone them on there, but I wouldn't rely on it to remove a lot of material. You really need a good whetstone for that. Bill says those are the SAP chisels, right, Anon? Yeah. Who says it kind of looks like an ass crack. You putting cheeks on your shit, Tim? I'm gonna make it clap, Julio. You watch. I'm gonna make it clap. Just for you. Brandon says, cheap diamond plate on Amazon. Cut small wood or plastic block to desired sharpening angle. And use it as a rest/guide. Cheap, easy, and effective. Scuffle says, purple, it needs purple to go with that green. I don't know about that purple. I'm not Pabs. Bill says, Brian, that is the part I am trying to get figured out. A whetstone or diamond sharpening stone on there would probably work. The main thing on chisels is getting and maintaining the right angle. This is accurate. Very highly accurate. Yeah. Kevin Branham, so are you going to make the dominant color green or something similar to airdrop? No, sort of. These were the colors that we're going with on this. So the color placement is probably going to be similar to airdrop. I don't know if I'm going with the white head. I think I might go with green. But upper arms, upper legs, details will be this color, but then the predominant color will be this nice green, this 340 field green by Mr. Color. I think those colors will look very, very nice. And I'm thinking about making this GM Quel Frog Gang. So why not go with green, right? Bill says, hard to do by hand. Yeah. Brandon says, I would love to see him build a Gundam. Didn't you send him a poster of the Hummingbird, Tim? I did, but I never heard anything back. What are you going to do? It's probably sitting in some intern's apartment. More than likely. So, you know, it was a shot in the dark. And, hey, if it happens, it happens, right? It didn't cost me much money. I figured, why not send him a knolled out, you know, part poster of the Hummingbird. Figured he'd appreciate that, but yeah, I never heard anything back, so it's not a big deal. Let's see. Pab says Norm would reach out more than Adam would. Let's be honest. Yeah, probably. But I haven't heard anything back from anybody, so I'm not holding my breath. This was years ago, so yeah. Charles Dodge is over there. What's up, Charles? Good to see you, buddy. He says, I wouldn't use Adam Savage's chisel sharpening video for anything more than honing chisels for glue cleanups. There are a ton of better vids out there. Yeah. Julio says, that bisected panel, LMASO. I'm gonna make a clap for you, Julio. You watch, son. Brandon says, agree, Charles. If it was a video for guys that don't use their chisels the way they should, LOL, and just need a serviceable edge. Yeah. Edwin R. say, new shirt? My chisel brings all the robots to the stream. Hey. Nice. Charles Dodge says that's about all it'll do. Maybe even straightening out an edge or getting the nicks out, and that's it. Yeah. Let's see. Scuffle says, I will never forgive Norm for pronouncing Gunpla as gunplay. Yeah. It is what it is, right? Yeah. What are you gonna do? Let's see here. Ken says maybe Tim could add a little bit of orange or red accent to it. Maybe. It'll probably be more in the line of like a light or something like that, just like one of the little lights that I like to put on the shoulders and stuff. Yeah. Brandon says, on a side note, locked in my mortgage rate today. Pretty pumped about that. Haha, got a great rate. Hey man, now's the time to do it, right? Bill says, LOL, they said Norm and my old ass jumped to Norm from Cheers, giving a shout out. Dude, that would be great, right? The Great Bear is over there on Twitch. They say, hi, what's going on? Bill says, nice, Brandon. Seth Boyd is over here on YouTube, which might be the same person because he says hi too. Hello, Seth. Friggin' love Cheers, Bill, Brandon says. There you go. Hi. Hello. Hi. Hi there. Anyway. All right, so let's get the paint out of the way. Let's get back to work, shall we? It's what time? 11:24. Not bad. Not too bad at all. Let's take a drink. Very nice. All right, eyes back on. Booyah. Okay, so we did our bisected panel. We're gonna make a clap for Julio. And it looks like Julio's girl's butt cheeks there. So we're gonna continue to detail up this this piece here, right? Because let's face it, it needs it at this point, right? It needs it. Yeah. Cheers was an early holodeck testing story for Starfleet. Was it really? I did not know that. Huh. All right. You learn something new every day, right? Pab says, Tosh would crush you. Well, I'm sure she would crush you too, Pab, since you're so small. You know what Pabs reminds me of, you guys? You remember that movie back in the 80s, Gremlins? He reminds me of a cute little Mogwai. We should call Pabs Gizmo from now on. Yeah. Just don't feed him after midnight. Don't get him wet. And he'll be this nice, cute little furry fuzzball. You just, you put him in his box and you bring him out when it's dark out and Mogwai, Mogwai. I think it would be adorable. Pab says, I'm not the one talking about her bottom. You mean her butt? Come on, Pabs. Charles Dodge says, LOL, most of the Cheers characters appeared on one Star Trek movie / show or another. Yeah. Pab says, my face gets puffy if I eat meat after 10 p.m. Cheers. Case closed. Case closed. Your Honor, we need a verdict. Guilty as charged. Done. Oh, my. Pabs, this back and forth shit is fun. I don't know about you, but I know a lot of people enjoy the height war that we have going on. It's just funny, I think. It really is just fucking funny. And it's absurd, too, honestly, because we're practically both the same height. I just know I'm taller. It's never going to get old. It just really is. It's just not. It's never going to get old. All right. So, all right. So I think what we can do here. It's a good time. What? Nice. Christ. He's channeling King George. Jesus. What? King George. Madness of King George. What? Christ. All right. So, I think what I'm going to do here is pick at my thumb for a second because I got, hangnail. I think we're going to go with a method that I did on the Blue Destiny over here. Yeah. Brandon says, love the short joke javelins being thrown, right? Fuck. Drop my javelin. Shit. Here it is. Pabs. Fuck. Anyway. Alright. Okay, so what I mean by that is we're going to do panel raised panel latches. So I honestly don't know if I've ever done this on stream before. But we're gonna see. Let's see. What do we have here? Is this square? That is square. Perfect. This is what we want. Right, cha. All right. I think let me just measure this up with the Blue Destiny here. Okay. Is that? Nope, that's thinner. Okay, that's thinner than that. All right, so maybe this one? Let's see. What? Nope, that's not. Oh, okay. We're gonna have to go digging in the plastic trove here because I am not seeing the size of strip that I want here, because I don't think I have it out. So right here, I think, is what we need. 0.25 by 0.5 millimeter, right? Very, very thin. The thinnest dimensional strip that Evergreen makes, right? And let's just make sure that this is what I need. Yep, that's exactly what I need, right? Ooh, don't stay. Gotta talk to it sometimes. Anyway, Brandon's got a question. Ow.
We have a question.
Brandon wants to know, have you ever engineered working opening and closing panels on a model before? No, I haven't. Mainly because I just don't want to. And honestly, it just, other than gimmicky, which, you know, there are a bunch of people that are into it, I'm not one of those people. And unless you find a way to have it move on its own, while it's sitting on a judge's table or platform or what have you, I don't really see the use in it. You know what I mean? It's cool. Don't get me wrong. It's absolutely cool. But if you're going to do open hatch, go all out, do open hatch. If you're not going to do open hatch, then don't do it at all. It's either all or nothing, in my opinion. Because if you do it and it's all closed when it's being judged, what's the use? If it's all open, then why not just go all out and just do open hatch 100%? You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. It just has to be one or the other, in my opinion. Brandon says, I was just curious, saw a few people while doing research for a project doing it on a 144 scale. Yeah, there's a Japanese builder, D1435 something or other on Instagram, and the guy is a mad genius when it comes to stuff like that. He's incredible. He did it to a 144, last one I remember, a 144 ground GM, and just insane, the type of mechanisms he was able to pull off. So, yeah, that guy, just a beast. Just an absolute beast. So, anyway. All right, so what do we got? What do we got here? We got this very, very thin... look at that. It doesn't even focus. It's so thin. 0.25 by 0.5 millimeter. Now, what are we going to be doing with this? We're going to be making raised panel latches. Yes, raised. Not the notches that, you know, represent kind of armor locks and stuff like that, but raised latches that go over the panel line, right? Over the panel line. Yeah. Let's see. Seth Boyd, he wants to know, Tim, how did your Bandai Hobby Open submission go? Ben Big Goof says you're watching him build it right now. That's very true. It's one. Ben, number one, get the fuck out of my head. Because I was thinking the exact same thing. I'm like, dude, you're watching it now, actually. No, so we had 10 days to finish our kits, and obviously mine didn't get done. So I'm building it now for funsies and to get it back, to get my skill set honed back in and everything. So Yeah. And Bill says, Seth, he took a break. He's getting the dust off. Then we'll resume it. No, Bill, this is it. So what he's talking about was the Bandai Hobby Open over the summer. Not GBWC, but the Bandai Hobby Open. So, yeah. So this is it. Hey. GM Quel. Fucking focus. Come on. There you go. There he is. In all of his glory. And there you can see some of the juicy details that I've added. Especially to that cockpit hatch there. Really like that. And a lot of this stuff, a lot of the details are very, very subtle. So it's kind of what I was going for. So I think the most detail that I've put in on this kit is what you're seeing right here. So, yeah. Anyway, all right, let's get to this. Because it's what? Shit, it's 11:36. Bill says, yeah, I immediately thought GBWC. No, trust me, not a big deal. All right. So we've got this, look at this teeny tiny little piece. Just a teeny tiny piece, right? Which we mean we need a teeny tiny little strip here, right? So we're gonna be whoop, that little guy right there may even be too big. Yeah, I'd say that's a little bit too big. So we're gonna cut about a quarter off of that, right about there. Just a little bit more. So how about that little guy? You guys see that little guy right there, right? This little guy? All right, so whoop. Don't lose the little guy. All right. Stay. Just, come on, stay. There you go. Now. So basically something like that, right across the panel line, right? And we're going to do this in several locations. So probably one here, one up near the front on this side, and then also on the other side too, right? So those will be your raised panel latches. So let's get this guy off of here, and let's get some more strip cut down. Now we got to use this little dude as kind of a template here. We got to be super careful and not lose, number one, not lose the piece that we're cutting, because it can bounce off and just basically fly off, right? But then also not to lose the pieces that we've already cut too. Alright, so there's our 4 little pieces right around here, yeah? Right there. There's our 4 little pieces. Okay? Now, this little piece we need to kind of put in a special location, because that can get wrecked real easy since it's so small, right? Let's see. Yeah, Seth Boyd says, been a heck of a year, all good. Yeah, no, it has been. It has been. You should go and watch the return stream, and then you really hear how it's been. Brandon says, I want to experiment with super glue gel to simulate welds. I feel like there is a way to do it and make it look to scale. Brandon, instead of super glue, what I would suggest is to use epoxy putty, right? And just roll a thin little bead in your hand, just a thin little snake of it, pop it in a corner, and then just go to town with like this is just a bamboo skewer, but kind of just press it in and kind of, make those irregular marks like a weld would look. And then boom, you got your weld marks. But it's got to be small. It's got to be super, super small. I've seen people do it like stupid big, and it looks bad. Yeah. But I think epoxy putty would definitely be way more forgiving, because number one, if you screw it up, you can easily remove it, right? Just get a knife under there and pop it out. Where super glue, not so much. So, Mike Skyers is with us. What's going on, Mike? He's got a question for us.
We have a question.
He says, I'm loving the logos in Mecha Decals 3. Will there be large stickers of all of them, or just the frog one? Actually, there's 3 floating around there, floating out there in the ether. There's the frog, so Frog Gang. There's the wolf head, and then there's also the shark floating out there as well. So I'm guessing you got the frog, which, congratulations, that's my favorite one of them all. But I do at some point. I was thinking about potentially making stickers out of all of them. But I don't know. That's still very much in the air right now. Number one, I'd sell them. I'd have to sell them as a set, so you get all 10 of them, right? And they're 4-inch stickers, so they're big. And I like bigger stickers, right? I like big stickers, and I cannot lie. I mean, just saying. So that obviously is, probably costs a little money. So, but we'll see. I'm gonna keep tossing it around in the old noggin, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe there's a possibility. So yeah, it's a good question though. It's a very good question. Solid. Let's see. Brennan says, I need more stickers for my big water jug, so I'm in when and if you make them. Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate that, buddy. Shit, you guys should see my workbench. The front of my workbench is filled with stickers that people have sent me over the years. And then I've got another stack of stickers from people, probably like that thick, that need homes. So I just haven't gotten around to placing them yet, which I need to. But yeah, I love the whole sticker trading and all of that and everything. And I like I said, if I put stickers out, they're gonna be big, right? 4-inch long side or whatever. So they're, sizable. Let's put it that way, right? So they'd end up costing a little bit of money, but nothing crazy. So, but I love the idea. Honestly, I love the idea. I just don't know if it's feasible right this second. Maybe as a limited run or something. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe as a limited run. I don't know. I'll see how it shakes out, right? See how it shakes out. Anyway, let's get back to building. Yeah, I want to get these. I want to get these on here and kind of show you how I apply these, because you would think I would use super glue for these, right? No, sir. I do not use super glue for these little details. Nope. Not even. No, I do not. Yeah, no, and Ben, exactly right. Slaps are a cheap giveaway for patrons. Yeah, 100%. It's just the whole money situation right now, with especially trying to buy a house. So, trying to save the money. Once we're out of here, and once I'm in the new place, sky's the limit. Open the floodgates. Let's fucking go, right? I'd be like, yeah, let's do it yesterday. Right now, I'm walking on a tightrope at this point. You know what I mean? So, but soon. Toshi says, I have so many new type and a couple of USA Gundam stickers, and you finally gave me an idea for them. Hey, there you go. Seth Boyd says, when I get my new apartment, I'm going to build my own little workshop. See, that's the fun part right there. Doing everything on my tiny desk is a nightmare. Phew, yeah, right? I can totally understand that. All right. So, with that being said, we're not, like I said, we're not going to use super glue for this because this is the reason. Since these are so small, the level of adhesion that super glue has is not enough. Super glue works better on more surface area. It becomes much stronger with the larger surface that it's applied to, right? So that's why I am not hesitant at all to use super glue to lay down this 9mm wide strip all the way up and down, right? Not even a little bit. That's never going to come off of there. And if it does, it's going to take half this blue plastic with it, right? So, where does that leave us? Well, we need something that is going to not only adhere these small little pieces on here, but do it in such a way that the surface area is not a liability. And that's where our friend Plastic Magic comes into play. Because this is a solvent. The surface area doesn't matter. Actually, the smaller the surface area, probably the better, because this will cure very quickly, and it will cure very strong. And these little details, not going anywhere. Plastic Magic called it. Brandon, get out of my head. There's too many people in my head right now. So my therapist says. Oh, ba-dum-bum. No. So yeah, so we haven't used our friend Plastic Magic for a while. Right? So what we're going to do is we're going to get, let's see, 2mm is what we're looking for. 2 mil. Damn it, Colin, where's the 2mm in this pile of scribing jigs? Shit. Did I lose the 2mm one? I see 1.5. I see 2.5. I see 3.5. Damn it. Ugh. I blame Colin. I blame Colin for this. It's his fault. I probably used it and I put it someplace on the desk. So it's probably not Colin's fault, but I'm still going to blame him anyway. Alright, so screw it. I'll just use my old school one. Not a big deal. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to get... no, you know what? I'm going to use Colin's 1.5. There we go. We're going to go 1.5. And we're just going to draw a line right there. That's going to be our placement for both sides, right? just like that. 1.5 millimeter, boom. Okay, and then that will be our first two that we'll put on here. Now we are definitely going to need our eyes for this one, because this is going to be a bit of a pain. All right, so now we definitely have to stab these little pieces, which is not a big deal. And I'll show you why here in a minute. Let's make sure we get some actual glue on this brush here. And we just want to get a little bit on there. Just kind of kiss it with the brush, right? All right, so that's already dried. Incredible. All right, you got to be quick with it. All right, so there's that. Now, the other thing that we're going to do, just a little dab on the top and the sides and all that. Now, your plastic magic, like you can see, is going to run into that panel line. There's no way to avoid it. There's just not. No way to avoid it at all. We'll clean that out later. Not a big deal. But this thing is now going to adhere. And if we dot the top of this with just a little bit of plastic magic, that solvent will make that little stab mark that we made with our hobby knife, it'll make that disappear. It'll kind of heal that, if you will. So, not a big deal at all. But there's our... there's the look that we're going for, right? It's going to look nice. It's going to look nice. Anyway. Ooh, hey. Bill said, so I recently discovered 2 new tools that would be good for Tim to try out. Very situational tools, though. Cool. Yeah, send over the links, Bill. I'll take a look at them. Shit, I forgot about that, Brandon. Brandon says the 2mm jig is now with your pencil. It's in a better place, right? Because somebody stole it, damn it. I still stand by that. I forget who stole it, but somebody came here and stole my damn pencil. One of you assholes. I don't know. You know, and I'll probably find the 2mm jig, you know, on the floor or someplace else one of these days when I'm not even looking for it. That's just how it happens. Yeah. That's just how it happens. What are you gonna do? Anyway, all right. Let's continue moving on here and get these other 3 placed, because it's 11:54. All right, we're gonna get this done, and then we're going to head out. All right, so we're gonna put a little bit more on there than we need, because we know this stuff cures fast. That actually held. Wow. All right, and then we're going to bloop, and bloop, right there. And now that is nicely set into place. There we go. Very good. All right. So now we've got to do the front ones here, right? So for that, I'm gonna eyeball it. And that is about 1.5 mil. Dead on. Because you know that's right. And we're going to do the same thing here. You know that's right. There we go. Man, that situational, that spatial awareness, man, that comes back super quick. That ability to gauge small distances. But, you know, being next to Pabs, it's easy to gauge small distances. Just look at him. Oh, Pabby! Okay, so there's that. Little drop there. Little drop there. Good. Oh, you son of a bitch. You flipped up on me. Alright. Well, we're going to have to clean that up at a later date. But that looks like it's... Nope, that looks like it turned a little bit. Okay. There we go. Alright, let's just get a little bit more on the outside, just to be on the safe side, so it doesn't slip. But there's what that essentially looks like. Now, obviously, you can see the bit of glue that kind of leaked out and I pressed in and everything like that. We'll come back with our hobby knife and scrape that off. That's not a really big deal for me. We'll address that later. Okay. Okay, good there. Okay. That one slipped a little bit too. All right. So, plastic magic away so we don't have any accidents, but there is our raised panel latches, right? It looks pretty cool. And then once it's on the piece, you can kind of get a better idea. And we'll drag this line all the way around here and put maybe another one on this side. And then that way it all just kind of comes together. Pretty nice. I dig it. I dig it. It's like it's coming together. Look at that. It's starting to come together. Starting to come together really nicely. So there we go. Oh, anyway. Yes, sir. Make it clap. Here we go. Let's see. George says Peter Plastic Magic sets faster and works on more than styrene, like ABS, poly, etc. Yeah. Who is asking? Using Plastic Magic right now. There you go, George. Yeah. Oh, Peter Fulford, is Plastic Magic really any different from ye old Tamiya thin set? Yes. Oh, yes, Peter. It absolutely is, my boy. It is. Yes. So, just really? Number one, look at the... Come on, camera. Really? There we go. Just read the label there. Low odor, super thin for cement for invisible joints, bonds ABS, styrene, and plastics other glues cannot. So what is other glue, or what other plastics, right? Acrylic. Yeah. It'll bond ABS to ABS, ABS to styrene, ABS to acrylic, styrene to all of those and everything. This stuff is really, really good. It sets a lot faster, like George said, than Tamiya Thin. And this is just, I don't know, I like this better. It's almost like... I don't know. It's almost like a mix between super glue and Tamiya Thin. It's the best way I can describe it, because it has the solvent properties of your Tamiya Extra Thin, right? But it has the curing speed almost of like a super glue. Right? So I just think it's great. It's if I need to use a solvent, that's the one I use. There are rare times that I'll still use the Tamiya Extra Thin, but those are like 1 in a million at this point. If I need something, I don't know, say if I need something to really, really bond, right? Maybe I'll use it on seams, because the Tamiya Extra Thin is a little bit hotter. It has a little bit more of a solvent property in it than Plastic Magic does, but it's almost too much, you know. So that's why I like Plastic Magic a lot. It's got just enough solvent in it to bond the plastic together. But it's also pretty damn quick to do it as well. So yeah, I really, really like, really like it. Amazon General Care. Bill, Bill, I have that on my page. I think I have that exact one, on the page. Yeah, the jewelry pick. Yeah. At least, it's on the page. Yeah. So yeah, just got back after finding links. Yeah. But the Flexi File, what is that? Let's see. Flexi File adhesives. Ooh, look at this. Oh, I think the Touch and Fly. I think I've seen this before, Bill. Yeah, I have seen this. The CA applicators and all that stuff. Yeah. I think I've seen those. Pretty sure I have. Anyway. Bill says the applicator is found here. It is a needle with a hollow section for precision gluing for small parts. One is a CA, one is a solvent glue. Yeah. Curious to see what you do with the shin area. Oh. Right here? Right here, I think I'm gonna just leave kind of open. Kind of like that. I don't know, I might do just a little bitty detail underneath of this block or something like that, but nothing crazy. I want to leave this area open for some decals and stuff, especially over top of the micro panel. And yeah, I want to leave some open space. I know our friend Sorv over on Twitch, he usually stays quiet, but he's dinged me before about filling every open area with a detail. So we're gonna do that and keep some negative space open for decals and just paint and stuff like that. So yeah. George says, good night all, fun stream, Tim, thanks. Thank you, George, I appreciate it, buddy. So Bill says just the needle applicators. Yeah, no, I've actually seen those needle applicators, and they look interesting. So yeah. They look interesting. I think they're more or less just like a sewing pin almost. But the ones that I've seen were like made from like a photo etch almost, so very, very thin. So I think Shane Daft Robo has those, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. Anyway. All right. So with that being said, let's cut this one. Call this one done. We're gonna be back here on Friday, hopefully, with a new show of maybe-ism. If people show up, I don't know. It might just be a regular stream Friday. I don't know. Or shit, I might just take the day off. Who knows? But I don't know if anybody's gonna show or not. Honestly, we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, come on back for the one-man mechanism on Friday night. And as always, if you are interested in any of the tools and materials that we've worked with here tonight, hit the Amazon link just below here in the description. That side, if you're watching on Facebook, got a lot of cool stuff in there. Tools and materials that we like to use, books for inspiration, gear for streaming, ideas for resin casting, all that fun stuff. Go pick up some stuff. Help the stream. I do get a bit of commission based off the stuff that you buy, but it does not increase the cost for you. And if you want to help the stream as well, man, go join up on the Patreon, the Child of Mecha Patreon. You get some exclusive behind-the-scenes photos, early access to videos and podcasts when we start to do those, giveaways for certain tiers and things like that, and just a lot of good stuff. Most importantly, exclusive posts and things like that. So go join up, help support what we do. Aside from that, if you are interested in getting one of these awesome airdrop chibi shirts with the Jesta designation on the arm, go hit up www.childofmecha.com, hit the store button up at the top. You will find shirts and hats and prints and all sorts of fun stuff in there. So go buy some stuff in there for your Easter presents or whatever. Summer solstice or Earth Day. Make up a day. I don't know. Go pick up some stuff. They're awesome. And then, as always, if you are interested in kits, paints, accessories. Hey, I said it right this time. Mecha Decals, sheets 1, 2, and 3. Those are out right now and shipping. Right down here at our good friends USA Gundam Store. Adam and the fine folks down there will definitely have what you need. And you always got to remember... Anyway. Alright, so that does it for us. Come on back Friday, see what we are going to be up to on Mechanism. And I'll be back streaming, on Monday? Yeah, Monday the 15th. Jesus. It's the middle of the month already? Where's March gone? Like, it was literally just my birthday, it felt like. And now we're halfway in the month. It's crazy. Anyway, come on back Friday. See what we do on Mechanism. Have fun and all that good stuff. So, be safe out there, you guys. And most importantly, build something cool. I will see you guys on Friday. Take care, guys. Bye.